Remember when the FBI would threaten you at the beginning of every VHS tape? Yeah, that was pretty cool. Did it stop anyone? No. Does anyone know why airlines don't put ads on the overhead luggage space?
Let's kill him. In and out, 5-minute job. Save the tears for the police interview, Squidward.
Kurt Cobain's daughter and Tony Hawk's son are now married. They're gonna create the coolest white person ever. Why are there so many 23-year-olds? Because in 1999, people thought the world was going to end. You know, if you have parents who are prone to conspiracy theories and panicking at very easy biased media, it's very possible you weren't ever planned. Why are they called daddy long legs, not just long legs? What's the daddy bit about? Ma'am, please. Don't kink shame. We're merely giving the respect our tops demand of us. And now Dr. Big Honkin' Jugs will successfully present the argument that all adult sports fans are just cosplayers. Men are so funny wearing their little jerseys.
I'm just like my favorite football man.
Haha, you sure are, little guy. Using Amazon in 2024. Type in search term.
Yeah.
90% Chinese no-name dropshipping products.
Yeah.
Go to Alibaba or AliExpress.
Wait, what?
See exact same products for 1/3 the price, even using same product images.
Wait,
no, hang on, I'm checking this. Whoa.
Really?
Yeah. What? How is this a $2 trillion company? Well, see, it's this magical little trick in the capitalist world called They Did It First. Girls will be like,
1 year with my absolute world.
and this is the picture. Okay, no, but why is it always someone who sucks at looking at the camera or even having an emotional state or hint of personality in the photo? Like, dude, just pretend you're watching a comedy special. Just make the lips rise a little bit on the edges. I went to the Apple store to buy new headphones and realized I forgot my credit card in my other purse, and I asked the clerk if they took Apple Pay, and he looked at me and said, "What do you think?" that clerk was definitely having the kind of day where you're sick of your customers and you're happy to make them feel like idiots. One time I called Best Buy and asked for the electronics department, and he said, "Ma'am, the whole store is an electronics department." I've never recovered. Yeah, at that point, change your number too. You don't want them to be able to recall your number. Maybe change suburbs. This is honestly worse than finding a spider in your house. It is time to fake your death and move overseas. Reading Aristotle. No idea what he's talking about. Check footnote. Oh.
67. No one knows what this paragraph means. Could this be evidence that this person's more so just a raving maniac than actually insightful? No. Because we've invested too much time into taking him seriously. Double down, mother flipper!
He doesn't look autistic. My apologies. Luke, would you mind doing an autism for the lady, please? To everyone's horror, Luke then proceeded to name every train ever built. Honestly, this is now the exact behavior I immediately think of when anyone during the Christmas holiday period says the line, "'Tis the season." I just can't help but think of it as a time of the year where everyone behaves autistic in just recalling things accurately and perfectly. Ladies, if you were a contestant on The Bachelor and your boyfriend was The Bachelor, you don't know each other in this scenario, would he pick you? There's a good chance he wouldn't. You should go argue with him about it. Oh look, it's the Twitter post that's the motivation behind every single TikTok relationship test.
Hey everyone, I'm not used to stable relationships, so join me as I try to find any ridiculous circumstance that justifies to myself that I'm better than him.
Petition to ban all trendy bathroom signs. Well, I technically have 2 legs that aren't glued together. See, I mean, technically women are more likely to have the wider hip ratio there, so that one on the right would kind of be more accurate for women if we're really gonna, analyze this. I'm sorry, but if your restaurant has these signs, I'm peeing straight on the floor. I don't care. This is your punishment. Thinking about this woman who recorded this as a workout on Strava. Time, 5 hours and 37 minutes. Average heart rate, 81 beats per minute. Calories, 914. This activity is Marina's longest workout on Strava. What was it titled? Giving birth. Remember, always try to rest between 1 to 3 minutes in between each set.
What do you mean it's gonna take over 9 months to do your next set? Excuses!
Reba McEntire says,
Boots with the fur, Super Bowl ready.
it's just like that song lyric.
Okay, this is the first time I have considered that the boots themselves did not have the fur.
That really does bring me joy that there are so many people out there who likely, when they heard those lyrics, thought of boots with fur. I'd just like anyone who didn't grow up to know about this song to understand that at the time of history, the fur they referred to was furry suits. It was boots with furry suits. Furry suits were considered a trendy fashion at the time. And if anyone tells you otherwise, they are lying. They're trying to hide history, okay? Do not believe them. Don't listen to a trusted source about this. Listen to me, a random voice on the internet. I'm better. I think short-form video apps may just literally cause blatant brain damage. I don't know what you're talking about. There's absolutely no overwhelming evidence proving this sort of thing is true amongst people growing up with this stuff in their faces all the time. Get out of here. American sports fans.
Defense, defense.
British sports fans.
All right, lads, I've just worked up a song to the tune of Debussy's Claire de Lune about an opposing player's drunk driving charge. I'll count us off.
Why are movie theaters dying? Maybe it's because we can watch a 4-hour video essay on why the Star Wars hotel failed for free, rather than pay soaring ticket prices to see Ryan Reynolds talk to some CG slop. Yeah, props to Jenny Nicholson for sacrificing so much money to give us a wonderful experience of how... the fact people would buy to go to that place. Also, how else am I going to watch the My Little Pony movie guilt-free? I'm not going to watch that in public. People have eyes. Screw a breakup. Have y'all ever had to chase your dog down the street and they're thinking it's a game? Honestly, I'm surprised the amount of times I have to give this advice, but just call out for the dog and then run away from them. They'll think you want to be chased and they will chase you. Though that's really trusting that the dog finds you more interesting than the whole world it's now exposed to. So, take that what you will. My father-in-law has terminal cancer and he's building his own coffin. And if that's not the most hard-ass thing, this is literally going out on your own terms. This is beautiful. It's not falling if you're de-escalating with style. The era of damn that's crazy, yapping, and who asked actually killed off so many people's ability to start and hold a conversation about their interests in a healthy manner, but y'all aren't ready for that conversation yet. Ooh, I see we've started to finally criticize the current trendy phrases. I look forward to us once again never having this internal reflection within ourselves and just moving on to the next wacky phrases. Holy Schmidt, there's a morning after pill YouTube ad where two people are fighting over the last one and one of them goes, "Please, my boyfriend is a DJ." Ladies, please, I need to understand, what is it about DJs? Why are they this newer generation's version of a guitarist at college? I feel like it's similar to the swimmer's physique theory. In this sense, it's that people think that because they're DJs, they're hot. But actually, it's they're hot, so they do DJing. What better way to stand out in the nightclub crowd than to have literal lights on you in the stage? I got this Duo plushie to remind me about my Duolingo streak, and the attached note is completely unhinged.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy your purchase from my merch store. I also hope that you do your daily lessons, because if you don't, well, let's just say I know where you live now. Ta-ta.
Duolingo, please. This behavior is too normalized in your business practice. I'm genuinely concerned how further you're going to take this.
For every day you miss from now on, I take a finger.
Me accidentally types URL wrong one time. Navigation bar every day for 15 years.
Do you want to go to Facebook today? Huh? You want to visit a boot with a face on it? Huh? You piece of... Is that what you want to do? Moron.
A guy my age was telling me how happy he was that his wife just gave birth to their 4th child. Then was like, "Oh, sorry, don't mean to brag." And it's like, oh, no worries. Your life literally sounds terrible to me. Also, can we just take a moment to, notice the fact, what did you do, man? You didn't have the kids. The only pride you should be exhibiting here is pride in your wife. I mean, 4 rounds? Y'all need to educate yourselves on what the body goes through with pregnancy. It's like a transformer transforming, but it feels everything. And it takes 9 months to transform. And your wife did that once and was like, yeah, I could do 3 more. I mean, what a bloody trooper. Why can I gamble on my Amazon delivery date? Choose your Prime delivery option. Either Wednesday, June 14th to Friday, June 16th, or Thursday, June 15th. You'd think for $1 trillion company we'd have the service set up here that we'd just give you the one option anyway, but nah. Nobody is putting gargoyles on buildings anymore. It can't be that much more expensive to slap a gargoyle up there. We used to be a proper country. I don't know, man. Have you heard of Weeping Angels in Doctor Who? I'm pretty sure there was just a huge psyop to remove them ever since that episode came out. Nintendo, hire Germany. What, like the entire country? German Pokemon names are so funny. Snorlax? No. Relaxo. Lickitung? No.
Slurp.
Sinistea? No.
Fatality.
Today I learned that even in European countries they have different names. I genuinely thought there was just either English or Japanese. Really exposing my ignorant white man knowledge there. Remembering when I moved out my first studio flat and I left a box of chocolates and some nice coffee on the side as a gift to the building manager, and I got charged £20 for the removal of leftover personal belongings. To be fair, you should have let them know it was definitely for them, because I'm pretty sure they'd never be used to their tenant actually being generous like this. No doubt they definitely ate it themselves though, but oh man, you know, such effort. Oh, it requires £20 of your time. I interned at Google, and it was the most unserious place I've ever worked. Full-grown adults playing in ball pits, going down slides, and sneaking their family of 10 in to get free dinner. Yeah, my friend told me that his Google office allowed dogs, and if someone brought in a puppy, basically no work would get done that day. I don't get it. Is this a criticism on Google? This doesn't sound like a criticism. I don't know about you, man, but I mean, it sounds great. Let's make this the standard, please. I don't care what job you have. You deserve to be able to go down a slide to get to work. Once that you have a wheelchair, that's fine. You just get to go down faster. Hot take. I actually like when people bring up how they relate to my situation. I don't assume they're trying to steal the spotlight or one-up me. I see it as a person trying to help however they can by connecting and being vulnerable with me, as we should if we want community. No. See, when I speak, it's all about me. But if I consider that sort of perspective, then that means it's not always about me when I speak. And it should be, because how else do I feel validated and important and special? Through what? Growing the hell up? No. Urbanaba. The owner of my Airbnb has a dog named Kevin. His human-sounding name terrified me at first. I apologize in advance, but Kevin may try to sleep with you. Just keep your door shut. Oh my god. Imagine receiving that, like, the night after checking in. Excuse me, what? Kevin is my dog. Oh, okay. I'm keeping that door wide open. I want the dog cuddles. You know what the biggest problem with pushing all things AI is? Wrong direction. I want AI to do my laundry and dishes so that I can do art and writing. Not for AI to do my art and writing so that I can do my laundry and dishes. I absolutely adore that all these big tech businesses are focusing so much on trying to reinvent trains and buses than they are this sort of thing that would absolutely make them a killing. I mean, we all collectively know how much we love the idea of getting to be lazy. There is a reason people who own their own robot vacuums end up treating them like literal pets. And now for what seems to be a child sacrificing themselves to the beach sun god named Necromanced Crabman. Why do people rake leaves? It's just freaking leaves, dude. Whatever. This sun child has clearly never had to deal with the possible threat of fires, nor the love of seeing their dog jump into a pile of leaves. My closest encounter with the mafia is I went to a starkly empty pizza place in Rhode Island once. They seemed utterly confused that I wanted a pizza. It took 45 minutes to make. They gave it to me for free, and it was the best pizza I'd ever had. Sometimes I want to start a series where I go into stores that look too shady to be a legit business and just see how well they do business. Unfortunately, I also value my life, so that probably won't ever happen. Sorry, folks. I know my self-worth is a huge letdown. I never cared about owning a home until this very moment. Great news, millennials! Home Depot now sells hidden bookshelf doors. Oh my god. Gimme, please, gimme, please. I don't care, I will sacrifice my bond for this. Please. Plastic surgeon friend from the US got his RX pad stolen. Next day gets a call from a pharmacy regarding a suspicious script. Morphine, 1 pound, to go. He has it framed in his office. I love how someone thinks that's all it takes to get drugs. Forget legitimate signatures or anything like that. Birth certificate? Here you go, sir. It's a piece of paper that says, I am old enough. There's nothing worse than watching a movie that is so universally loved and it just didn't click for you at all. Like, oh, what did I do wrong for me to not like it as much as everyone else? So this is me, but the opposite? I'll watch a movie or a show and think, hey, that was pretty fun. That was good. I enjoyed it. I wonder what people online think. Oh my god. Oh, wow. Oh my. Exhibit A, The Last Jedi.
Yeah, come on, bring it. Bring it. Stab me with your pitchforks. Come on.
I will admit, I had no care about the lore exactly, just the visuals were fun to watch. That's really it for me.
My favorite Halloween merch is skeletons of things that have no bones.
Octopus? Oh, yes, they just, a skull with a bunch of spines.
That makes total sense.
The cloud is just somebody else's computer. I do not want to save to OneDrive. I want to save to the Documents folder on my computer that I have in my house. Yeah, a daily reminder that anything you save online to a cloud service is not in the air, it's not magically secured in the web space. It's just a really convenient way of downloading something onto your USB stick and handing it to your mate next door saying, hey, can you keep this for me? It's a lot of my personal data and documentation. Don't let anyone else touch it. Just walked to the grocery store at 10 p.m. and saw a disgruntled father walking out with his teen daughter who was holding a trifold poster board and looked harried. Pray for this family. Okay, analyzing the best of my ability here, it seems like this is a school assignment that is being completed very last minute. Our HP printer hasn't been working for a month, and every manner of troubleshooting, resets, changing ink cartridges didn't seem to work. After calling HP, they said the debit card on file had expired, so they manually disabled our printer. In unrelated news, I'm now radicalized. I don't know at what point of our society we just accepted HP and printer companies doing this, but maybe, in other unrelated news, maybe we should bring back the guillotine. I'd like a Purge sequel that deals with the awkwardness of the next day. Like, you turn up at work and everyone's all,
Oh, where's Kevin from sales?
and you have to bring up that you killed him. What direction would you take this though? I feel like it would need to be a comedy just to offset how dark and horrible it would be to experience. My husband saw a rabbit in our yard eating grass and said, that would be like sitting in a field of French fries. The difference here is the grass would actually taste refreshing. I bet if they made Ratatouille 2, it would have been like Ratatouille International, and they would have entered a cookery contest and met chefs from around the world, but they all had different rats in their hats, like a sushi rat, and a Guy Fieri rat, and a Germany rat called Ratwurst. I hate this. I hate this expanded universe. I have felt uncomfortable before, but we were just passed by a slow-moving hearse and funeral cars. My son is dressed as the Grim Reaper. He freaking waved. Your son's gonna grow up to be a very good man. Instagram.
Look at my new boyfriend.
Twitter.
I can't get a boyfriend.
Reddit.
My 21 female boyfriend, who's 53 male, forbids me from going into the basement and has a sock drawer full of missing women's driver's license. Am I the a-hole for being uncomfortable? The wedding is in 3 hours.
A legit call from the school. Principal, I just wanted to touch base with you. Your daughter was baiting seagulls into the playground with gummy worms and actually caught one, like in her arms. It did bite her, not hard, but I needed to inform you that we filed an incident report. That girl is going to grow up into a great woman. Leonard Cohen finishes writing Hallelujah, stands up from the piano, calls a close friend on the phone and says, I think I've just written the perfect song for the sad montage in Shrek.
In what?
You wouldn't understand. Maybe the fact that we all need subtitles to hear dialogue in movies and TV shows is less because we're deaf or attention deficient and more because the audio guys are making everything but the dialogue too freaking loud. Those were the days. Y'all remember when Apple used to take care of us? Back before Apple started their little shrinkflation tactics. This next generation of phone is only about $20 worth of upgrades on the phone, but we still justify that you can't have headphones anymore. You have to get them separately for an extra $80. Technically, this should make the next generation not cost as much because you're actually technically getting less, but we won't do that. Once again, it is 4 p.m. Too early for a beer, too late for a coffee, and I find myself roaming the streets desperate to find $8 on a mysterious third beverage. I'm gonna let you on an amazing secret that I recently discovered. Mocktails. It's a fun, celebratory afternoon drink, and it's non-alcoholic, so you don't feel ashamed for drinking alcohol too early, especially if you're underage anyway, so you can't do that. And it's just as flavorsome, but also fun, and also cheaper than the actual cocktails. And hey, if you're an insecure man-child, at least you get to drink something that doesn't have the word cock in it. The idea of alpha males is so funny because guys really made an upper class and then put themselves in it. Okay, if you're an alpha male, then I'm a turbo dude.
That's one level higher. You wouldn't understand because you're just an alpha. Sorry.
I'm sure I've said this before, and I've seen it trending online anyway, but I agree with it. Anyone who refers to themselves as an alpha from now on needs to be responded with, "Oh, you're a furry?" I mean, look, if they want to aspire to their wolf pack lifestyle, we should, just state it for what it is. Being a furry. Lamar.
You may be old, but are you this old?
Okay, you may be old, but are you 25? Oh, literally only a quarter of your average life. Whoa, you're such an old person. I mean, it really says a lot about how much Schmidt we deal with in our day-to-day lives that people around 25 reminisce on things. Like, that's how much we feel like things are just flying by us. Hotel check-in, check-out times will never make sense to me. You want me to check in when the day is almost over, but I should leave the hotel early?